I always have this discussion with my bartender friends, and I argue with a few of them because they oppose my opinion, but I'm telling them that craft cocktailing is an art. It's an art, dude. Like, it's an art from the perspective of mixing certain ingredients together to get a result, and the presentation itself.
Absolutely, and I'll take it even a step further. Like, it's the hospitality in general is an art form. It really is. It really is, because there's so many things that you learn about yourself when you dive into this world, and especially if you stick with it long enough. Like, there's a certain amount of discipline, there's a certain amount of humility, and then of course, like, the creativity. It's all encapsulated in hospitality. And then of course you break it down. It's like craft cocktails. Like, absolutely, it's an art form. It really is.
Yeah, you can't tell me that this, basil pear syrup is the same as this vodka and cranberry. I don't want to hear it, dude. That is art right there. It takes a certain type of mind to even think to put these types of things together. So I respect that a lot. So you graduated Hampton, and then you made your way back up?
Yeah, so I came back up, and then I did a bunch of different kind of jobs. So I'll backtrack. So this business has actually been in my family on both sides.
Oh, okay.
My mother and my father. Uncles were business owners, bar owners up in Pittsburgh. My grandfather on my mom's side, he actually used to be a numbers runner back in the day. And so this was always around me. So I knew at some point, even when I came back up here, I knew I was going to do it. I didn't know if it was going to be part-time or what have you, but I knew it was going to be part of my life. And fast forward, here we are. I actually remember the funny story. So the house that I grew up in Cleveland, down in the basement, my grandfather used to work for the mayor of the city that we were in. Okay. So the basement was converted into a full operating bar. And
Speakeasy, baby.
He used to. I mean, it really was. It legit. Like, he used to entertain a bunch of, like, the mayor's political friends, and he had all his friends down there. And I always remember he would be like, "Hey, look," and this is how I knew it was serious, because they would call me by my full name and say, "Antonio." I don't want you to come downstairs because I'm entertaining. And you can't tell that to a young kid. What are they going to do?
Now I want to see.
Exactly. So I remember I would come down the steps and kind of like peek around, and then the basement bar, was, again, we're talking, in the late 70s and the 80s. So the front of the bar had like shag carpeting in the front bar as a design, big circle mirrors, Papasan chairs. I remember the 8 tracks were going. I just remember seeing. It's just seared in my brain. I just remember seeing like a couple people smoking their cigarettes, and like my grandfather's behind the bar, and he's just he's pouring up his drinks and doing his thing.
That is dope.
And that right there, that's my first like true image and true experience of like hospitality. And didn't even know that it was going to bring me to where I am today.
That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna get there. I know you started pouring some drinks at a certain point, but let's pour something, man. What we have up the back first?
So we're gonna dive into Catoctin Creek. This is actually our private barrel.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, chicken whiskey. Yeah, this is I believe it's our 3rd run. Each one we've done has been finished in different barrels. The first one we did was finished in both maple syrup and IPA as well.
I love Catoctin Creek.
Yes.
They are doing a fantastic job with rye down there.
They absolutely are, and especially now when you do, your different barrel finishes, and you can do, the expressions that are unique to your establishment and to your profile.
So we had to cheers something real quick, man. Cheers to your new dog Titan.
You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Cheers to the new
Absolutely.
pup.
I mean, he's a tank. He's a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were getting ready to go.
Wow.
We were getting ready to go. I gotta take a minute, because
that's nice, man.
That'll work on a day like today. Okay.
Yeah, man, you got a new pup.
Yeah. He it kind of just happened that way. So
I'm sorry, Tony. You said this was an IPA too? This one
was maple syrup.
Maple syrup? Wow. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very. I mean, it's mellow. It's well rounded. And it's we're not adding the ice to it. So even at room temperature, like, it's beautiful. It's
not super spicy either, like a rye. But this is considered Virginia style rye, is it, or no? Does Virginia have a style of rye? Maryland does.
Maryland does. Virginia, not so much.
Not so much.
But this definitely goes along. Like, you sit there and kind of like dig into a little bit more. There is some play in here that's very, very reminiscent of what Catoctin Creek does, and which is great. Great flavor profile.
Okay, Sorry, Titan. Sorry, Titan. The whiskey got me going. So yeah, man, you got this new pup. Man, is your first time having a pet? Or did you grow up
No,
with
so
pets?
yeah, so both my wife and I both grew up with dogs. I grew up with German Shepherds, and my wife grew up with Huskies. So always big dogs you could train. And we were getting ready to go on vacation, and we're like, look, let's go ahead and let's go to the shelter and let's see, like, what have you. And so we go to the shelter. We had a couple other dogs that were picked out, and then they said, look, you have to meet this dog Titan. Like, he's a staff favorite, like, clearly. So as soon as he comes in, like, the first thing he does, he goes to our son, and I look at my wife, I'm like, that's it.
Done.
That's it.
Done.
Like, that's it.
He chose you guys. You didn't choose him.
Exactly. And so like, they told us he was a Mastiff and a boxer mix.
Okay.
We think he's actually more boxer and Dane. Either way, he's a tank.
So how old is he?
4.
4. Okay. How much does he weigh?
He's 86 pounds.
Nice. Yeah, buddy.
86 pounds, and I'm hoping he doesn't get any bigger, because if he does, I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah, I hear that, yo. Pets change your lifestyle, man. They impact your lifestyle big time.
And it almost kind of like completes like what we're, who we are as a family too, because like Titan and our son get along, and Titan is perfect for our lifestyle right now, because with me and my wife's being a teacher, and our son goes to the same school that my wife teaches at.
Oh, nice.
So like we're always in and out, and he just has that temperament. He's like, look, just take me out, I'll play for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sleep on the couch half the day. I'm like, you belong here.
Yeah. So your son's the only child also?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's gonna stay? You have any more? You have any more?
We just got another one, Titan. So that's our addition to the Burke household.
That's
right
a
there.
great answer, brother. That's a great answer, man.
So we're all good.